So red flag number 13. So women seeking validation. What do you mean by that? Don't most women seek validation?
Yeah, there's a meme somewhere where men tend to use things like cell phones like this, where they'll take pictures of like cars, landscapes, the Grand Canyon when they're traveling, sort of thing. Women, on the other hand, they'll turn the camera around and they'll do the selfie. So they use their phone for completely different reasons. That's another strong example of how men and women are different. So women tend to use social media today to garner the follows, the likes, and the attention of guys for their whether it's OnlyFans or their Instagram, account, whatever it is they're looking for. But again, let's say that you're at the point where you're dating a gal and she says, Elliott, I dig your vibe. I want to claim you. I don't want to share you. You should take a good look at her, take a good look at her social media presence and see what she's been doing with it. And if you find out that she's been posting photographs of herself, sometimes promiscuous photographs of herself, sometimes they'll even use photographs that you've taken of her with you cut out of the photograph or something like that. Yeah. So, if she's been out there posting sexy, provocative pictures of herself, an easy response would be, well, I like you too, but I can't take a woman seriously if she's out there seeking the attention and validation of others on social media. You want to claim me? Fine. You need to stop this behavior. You're either going to cancel your Instagram, shut it down, make it private, but this is going to stop, right? That's your opportunity to put your foot down and lay down the frame of the relationship, because that's really the only time you can do it. I mean, you can't do it 3 years in, if she's been doing it and getting away with it, and you say, you know what, you need to stop this because I saw this video with Elliott and Rich, and he said that, seeking validation is not a good thing, so we need to cut this off. That's when she's going to call you controlling, manipulative. She's going to complain to her friends and maybe even, bounce on that relationship. So it's something you have to catch early on. You have to identify early on, but women don't even know that they're doing it because it's common today. Everybody has social media, but people don't understand why they're using social media. She's getting DMs from guys. Most of them are thirsty nerds. They're, just geeks that aren't going to crank her wheel. But the fact that she's getting thousands of likes or comments or you're so beautiful girl or DMs from guys over and over again, even if it's guys that she doesn't like, she has an elevated overestimation of her value on the sexual marketplace and has a belief of entitlement. You don't want a woman walking around with a big head, right? Be beautiful, take care of yourself. But if we're going to be together, you're mine. Like, let's just make that clear. You're not sharing these photographs that I should be seeing with everybody out there to consume. And at some point, she might get hit on by some high value guy, right, and she might have an opportunity to entertain that, if you permit it. So,
I was thinking about your point about how men take pictures of things, women take pictures of themselves. I think they're going to do it regardless. And so what are they taking pictures of themselves with? I think it may be what really made this go off in my head was that they cut out the picture of you in their picture. Even my wife, like me and the kids, we're always like rolling our eyes because she constantly wants to take pictures, but it's of the family. It's she and I. It's with the children. And so I tend to see that there are a lot of women who are married with children, and the pictures that are on their profile are them. Yeah. Oftentimes it might be them with their baby, just, trying to get
absolutely fine
validation from other women that I have a baby. But then I ask myself, well, where's your husband?
Yeah. So when it gets to the point, like, you'll start to notice this. So once you see this, you can't unsee it. I'm sorry, I'm going to ruin this for some people right now, but you'll see this around Valentine's Day, anniversaries, where there'll be a social media post from a guy and he'll say, she's my everything. She's, without her, I would be nothing, blah, blah, blah. She's a great mother to my kids, best friend, all this sort of stuff. And there's tags and posts of her, looking beautiful on the beach in some outfit or something like that. Cause he's trying to say basically, my wife's hot, or, my wife's hot and check out my great kids, sort of thing. And that's fine. But if you click through on who he's tagging and then you see the other side of the equation and that doesn't exist, like, that's not reciprocated. She's not saying, I've been with this man for 10 years. He's the best thing I've ever had, the best choice I ever made. It's just a picture of her still on her profile on the beach with her girlfriends from her girls' weekend away, drinking their piñatas or whatever it is that they're putting back. That's questionable. That is, to me, a sign that the clock is potentially ticking down to the end of that relationship. So when you watch the behaviors that are used online on social media, you can have a pretty good picture of the health of that relationship and where it's going.
Yeah, 100%. So red flag number 14, she was a sugar baby. What is
Yeah.
that?
Sugar baby, OnlyFans creator, any one of those things. She's basically selling her sexuality to other guys for money, and it's usually simps or older guys, with cash that either want to take care of her or want to pay for her company. Um, it's prostitution. There's no other way to state it. She's basically a hooker. And if you want to invite a woman like that into your life, then don't expect to have a simple, pleasant life. You're going to be dealing with baggage. You're going to be dealing with problems. If a woman's chosen to sell herself, and they try to justify it in any number of ways. Well, I'm a digital creator. No, you sell pictures of your butthole on OnlyFans to nerds every single month.
Right.
And that's how you make a living. Like, you're going to argue that you're a digital creator or it's something of that nature. No man realistically wants photographs and a footprint out there of a woman that's demonstrated that she's not private, in some regard or sense. It's disgusting, and men are inherently disgusted by it. So it's, one of the telltale signs is a girl that's been on sugar dating sites or has an OnlyFans. Not good. Bad sign for sure.
Yeah. So essentially women who are taking cash for showing their ass.
Cash for ass. That's it.
Prostitution. Great way to put it.